All right, so let's see. Let's do the first thing first. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason, and I love to get new stuff. This piece of crap, squeaking, popping all the time. Out of my way. There we go. Yes. Oh, it's like sitting on a cloud. A new chair. Yeah. I missed being able to adjust my chair to the height of the microscope and keep my back straight. So this thing is awesome. It's like sitting on a cloud. It really is. All right, so let's get down to business. The reason I'm doing this video today is because I've got a box of stuff here from Union Repair, and I'm going to open it on camera, and I just love to get new stuff, so I can't wait to see everything that I've got in this box. Let's get right to it. Here we have our box of stuff that I'm going to be opening. I'm going to just grab a small pair of scissors here and cut it right across the center. What's everybody else write on their customs forms? It's always kind of tricky as to how you're going to fill out the custom forms, because some countries are assholes. So this is listed as cell phone repair tools, plastic or metal is the material. So they actually have to write what the material is. Wow, I don't have to do that. Let's get this out of the box. Always excited to open new stuff. Seems like it's been opened a few times. That's typical whenever we ship phones back to people. They get opened a lot. Like, customs really inspects these things. And there are just some countries that we ship to that are always held at custom. What do we got here? We got a box stuffed full of stuff. I have no idea what order or fashion this is in. Now, this is going to be a fairly quick video because I've got a lot of stuff going on today. I'm going to be recording the unboxing here and now. But when it comes to actually putting some of this stuff to use, that's going to come in future repair videos. So we've got, first thing that we got are these cell phone opening cards. They are just these thin pry tools, okay? So there's a bunch of those in here. I typically don't use mini plastic sliding pry tools. We'll see. I will wind up putting all of it to use, I'm sure. Now, in this package here, we've got Dock Flex Test. So it's these little PCBs. And what we can do with these, we can plug them into the lightning port on the bottom of a phone, and it gives us solid test points to get to the pins, I assume. What do we got here? This is a mobile phone holder, okay? This is one of those deals where if you open an iPhone 6 or a 5th gen, or heck, probably even a 3G, God forbid you're working on a 3G still, this is basically to hold the phone open. Typically, I do that with my hands. I'm not sure if I would wind up getting out a separate tool to do that with. There are times whenever I need to have one propped open just perfect. I don't want to unhook the screen. I want to leave it propped open. I might actually wind up getting it out and using it. We'll see. The next thing I've got here, this is... Ooh, jumper wire collection. You know what? Let's save that for last. Okay, so we've got some foam packing here. I've got some underfill removing tools here. Or one of them, that's what this is. Okay, and this one... This is also a chip removing. It's it's got a blade for cutting out around the underfill, and then it's got a flat blade for sliding under, like underfilled ICs. Those are way cool. I am anxious to see what these feel like. So mount it in there. Now, I think these are really cool because you can actually put a blade on each end. You know, in case you want to stick an X-Acto blade on this end and then the other blade on this end so you can accidentally stab yourself with it. Under the microscope, that looks like that. I'm not sure. I'm not 100% sure what I would use that tool for, but you betcha I always wind up looking for things that I'm going to wind up using to pry. Cool packing. These things are in really nice packing. So I'm going to go ahead and open the other one here. I think this is the one that I see primarily used online by other YouTubers, although I hardly ever get time to watch other YouTubers anymore. Okay. And then this here, this is a really, really thin thing for sliding under chips to remove them. I think that will be very handy. It feels thin enough to where it may actually be able to get between the chip and the balls, like, and just cut through the balls. So we've got an underfill cleaning thing and then another thing for sliding under ICs, and this is what it looks like under the microscope. Yeah, this one here I've seen used. Okay, and then our flat blade for getting under ICs. It's really, really, really thin. Okay, so that is way, way, way cool. These won't fit back in the case with the blades on them, so I'm not going to be putting these back in the case. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to sit these up here with my primary tools, and I'm going to give those a shot, but honestly, I feel like I'm going to wind up using an X-Acto blade. I'm so used to it. I'm used to the way it breaks, it bends. If it breaks, I don't wind up ordering a blade. I wind up going to Walmart and buying a whole pack of them for like $2. The next thing I'm going to do here, let's see, we have, I've got a couple of pair of tweezers, which, man, I'm excited to get new tweezers. I've been using the same pair of tweezers for ages, and every time I drop them and bend them, I wind up under the microscope filing a new tip onto my tweezers. This looks nice. Let's look. I'm going to give good, honest opinions on anything that I get, and this looks nice. These have a really nice feel to them. Like, I've gotten a lot of precision tweezers that have really good tips, but you have to squeeze them pretty hard to close them. These tweezers, I just barely have to squeeze them to close them. I like this. This is really cool. Let's look at this under the microscope. I don't know how long they're going to stay blue. That is really nice tweezers. I will be taking care not to bend these. And just to give you an idea how fine these are, I'm going to compare these to my primary tweezers that you always see me using in other repair videos. This is my primary used tweezers here. Okay. And here's the tweezers I just got from Union Repair. Pretty big difference, huh? Here's my new ones. Here's my old ones. I will be taking great care not to bend these, because what happens is you drop them and they stick in the floor. It's awful. All right, so I'm going to put the, I'm going to carefully, boy, even moving around with these, like if you accidentally drag them across something, you really screw up the tips. So I'm going to carefully put the cap back on these. I'm really impressed with how these feel. They're heavy, and they've got they're really easy to close. So sweet. I've got another tool here to open. This is also a pair of tweezers. And I hope the tips are just as fine. Oh, cool. These are cool. These are really cool. Are we in autofocus? I'm not sure. Let's see. Those are cool. It's like, I'm going to show them under the microscope. It's super, okay, these are even more cool than the other ones. These are super precise, and they've got this hook on the end. So, that is so cool. That's cool. Check these things out, guys. Here are my primary use tweezers. Okay, with the big hook on the end. That's the ones I've been using. Check these out. These are, okay, here's the new ones. Now, they're a little misaligned, but come on, look how precise these are. I will wind up correcting those if need be. Look at how fine those tweezers are. Here is the ones I'm using now. Old ones. New ones. Now, I don't know how long, I don't know what sort of material we're looking at here to decide how hard they are and how long they're going to last. But I can say that this is a really cool pair of tweezers. Same as the last one. They feel really good in your hand. They almost feel balanced. They close really easy. Plus, they've got a little bit of weight to them. It does not feel like a cheap tool. This is really cool. Thank you. It's hard to switch tools, though, man. I like my really short primary use tweezers, and you can see they're just they are just burned to shit. These things are burned all over the place. That's from iron, it's from hot air, that's from use, man. These things have fixed hundreds of phones. Getting down to the more expensive things in the box here, we've got some electronic items here, I think. I'm not sure what these are. Let me go ahead. I'm going to go back to the jumper wire thing because this is something that I'm really interested in. I think this might save me a lot of time. This says Mechanic Jumper Wire Collection, Tidy and Efficiency. Let's open this. See what it is. Shall we? This is really big. Okay. This is really big. Okay, it's got this threaded thing on there. Let's thread it down. I don't know what I'm looking at. It says tool for jump wire. It's got a tiny bit of wire here out at the end. But I don't know, I can't see it without the microscope. So let's do this one under the microscope. Let's have a look at what this wire is and where it goes. Okay, we got a piece of tape on here. I'm going to take the piece of tape off. And it's just a piece of wire. Okay. Let's unscrew the tip. It's got wire in it. That's what I thought. I thought this was a jumper wire dispenser, which is cool. I'm sure there's a way to thread this through. Yeah, we got to thread this back in here. Oh, there it is. So see, we've got our jumper wire sticking out of the tip of it. Cool. I wonder how much is on there. It's probably labeled here somewhere. This is a jumper wire dispenser. I'm not sure how much is in here. I'm not sure what gauge this wire is. I'm going to go ahead and compare it to the gauge of wire that I normally use. You know, it looks like, when you look at the item on their website, it looks like something that you would hold sort of like a pencil, or maybe in my case, since I'm right-handed, I would hold the wire dispenser in my left hand. It looks like something that you would use to solder a wire on here and then dispense it and then solder it on here. It looks like you would use it like on the fly, but this is just too big and heavy. I will be using this as a dispenser, but it's going to stay, it's going to stay sitting down. I don't think I'll wind up picking it up and using it as a dispenser in my hand while I'm laying down the wire. I think I'm going to pull wire off of it, cut it, and I'll use pieces of wire off of it. It just seems, I don't know, it just seems too big. If I'm going to be working under the microscope like this, I don't know, it's kind of cool, right? If I'm working like this and I'm laying down wire, let's say I pick up the iron in this hand and I solder that down. Okay, we're not going to dismiss this just yet. This might actually be handy, to where you've always got a fresh piece of wire sticking out, solder it on, drag it over, solder it on, drag it. So this might actually be handy. I'm not gonna discredit that yet, but at the very least, I can say that I will wind up using it as a wire dispenser. But I do sort of like the way this feels under the microscope for putting on jumper wires, even though I'm used to tweezing. And I don't know, this sort of adds a whole other aspect of what to do with my hands. I'm going to look at the wire that's on there compared to my most commonly used jumper wire. Now we're going to get a hold of this other piece of wire and try to slide it in here close. So as you can see, my vibrator motor jumper wire is considerably smaller. Yeah, that's right, everybody. I got a vibrator. All right. I had one until I tore all the wire out of it. Oh, wait, I'm lying to all of you. That is an iPhone 6 ear speaker coil. All right, so that has way, way smaller gauge wire. I think the wire that's on this dispenser, it's more like the wire that's on my big old clunky harvested out of a 110 volt AC motor. The wire itself isn't clunky, but it's a heavier gauge. Let's see, let's zoom in on that. The wire on the right that I'm grabbing with tweezers, that is the wire I typically use for backlight repairs, the one I'm shaking. And then the wire that's laying right here, this is the one from Union Repair. So I'm actually going to wind up, I can see that I'm going to wind up maybe using this wire a little bit less, because this is kind of cool. I'll try it out. All right, so let's put that aside. Okay, so the next thing we got in here, let's go ahead and open this up. It looks like we've got a rather fancy USB cable. It's hooked to, see, we've got individual wires hooked to a bit of a header, and then we've got this pretty cool metal container. So inside of this metal container, ooh, cool, this is classy feeling, guys. This is totally classy. This is cool. I like this. This is like a USB dual channel meter. Power supply 0 to 25 volts, 0 to 5 amps. I wonder what all this thing does. I don't have, let's see. I've got the tag that came with it. It has, around the outsides of it, it looks like we've got some standard USB ports. We've got USB-C. Over on this side, we've got micro USB, USB-C. And this is going to be a USB current meter. Just to check this out really quick, I'm going to plug it into a power supply here. And I'm going to hook up some juice to it. Oh, look, it's even branded Union Repair. Hey, I'm going to see that. I want to see that again. Only I want it upright for me and not you. Oh, that is way cool. All right, so we have multiple inputs. Is that what we got here? Because one's registering 5 volts, the other one's registering 0. There's probably multiple inputs here. Like I said earlier, I'm not going to go into full detail on all this stuff, but you're going to be seeing this in future videos. This current meter, this thing is way cool. It's elegant. Compared to Union Repairs. And here's the one that I've been using. Faithful, it still works good, but look. Oh, I guess now that I got a new one, I can peel the protective coating off the LCD. So that is way cool. These buttons? Oh, it's got buttons. I'll hook this thing back up. Buttons on it, man. Oh, are you serious? This is way cool. Oh, this is really cool. I am a gadget geek, and even if something serves absolutely no purpose, this is cool. I've got to say that this is really cool. What is this, like a mode button? So this button switches back and forth from a graph. This is switching between channel 1 and channel 2. And we've actually, is this a separate graph for channel 1 and 2? Or do we have volts over here and amps? So I'm not sure. This might be, yeah, this is a separate graph for channel 1 and channel 2. We can put the graphs this way. I mean, I don't know how many different ways you need to see charging current. But this is really, really, really cool. All right, so this is our mode. What if when we're back here, so this is channel 1, channel 2, channel 1, channel 2. So it's really a simple interface, only I'm making it more complicated by fumbling around here. So this is way cool. I will get a lot of use out of this. I'm going to be using this today, and I'm kicking this one aside right away. I might use that, you never know when you're going to need USB current meter. Oh, man. Now, that's exciting. Okay. Out of everything that I've opened so far, the tweezers and the current meter, way cool stuff. This is really, really cool stuff. I'm going to baby this thing. This is like elegant. I'm going to set that aside. All right, so the last item I got here is, I guess I got one more person that's sick of seeing me burn the hell out of my workbench. All right, let's sit that there, get the big box out of here. The last thing I got here, this is a Mechanic Show the Style of Master. This is a board holder. Let's get it out of here. I'm not going to talk about it. I'm just going to open it because I'm excited to have new stuff. Let's see. Oh, it came with a bunch of reballing stencils? Seriously? These are iPhone X stencils, guys. Let's set that aside for a minute, okay? So we've got these, looks like thumb screws for thumbing things down. Let's set those aside. And let's get this board holder out of here. Now this is a heated board holder. I honestly, I don't understand. I don't know. I don't feel like I'll wind up using the heated portion of this. And one of the reasons why I say that is because it doesn't have built-in heat. Boy, I like the way it feels though. The way this thing feels on the table, it feels really heavy. It doesn't move around. It's got rubber feet on the bottom of it that keep it from sliding. And it's like, what's this made out of? I don't know what it's made out of, but whatever it's made out of, it's really, really, really heavy. The way that this holder is set up, this is a heated board holder, and it's made so that you can heat up, let's see, it's got inserts to screw a soldering iron into. So on this end here, we've got a soldering iron port. Over here we got a soldering iron port. I've got one of these older, you know, really, really cheap soldering stations where if you left it on and walked out of the room and came back, the iron would be melted on the table. So I wonder if I unscrew my tip thing off the end of that, okay, that gives you this big long-winded heating element thing. So I guess what you would be doing is you would take this, yeah, and it just, this isn't long enough. So I don't know, maybe this is a standard size, but I don't have anything that'll screw into that. Maybe it's a standard, like a standard soldering iron thing. Okay, thumb tighten screws, that's going to be, oh, thumb tighten screws. Okay, I know what these are for, right? These go into these, don't they? To make it easier to, oh, they tighten it. Okay. So you draw it back, and then you can tighten the thumb screw and lock it into place, or you can drop it. All right. That's not bad. I'll wind up trying this thing out, and I'll probably wind up using it full time. That's going to be totally cool. Let's see. There was iPhone X stencils here. Let's have a look at the iPhone X stencils. We've got a reballing stencil for reballing the sandwich wafers. Totally cool. Let's set that aside. I hope I don't have to reball the iPhone X sandwich anytime soon. We've got this iPhone X Shim looking thing here. I should be handling this with gloves. As you can see, you might not be able to see, but already I'm putting grimy fingerprints on this stuff. A11 CPU. Look at that. The A11 CPU only has 4 balls. Okay, that's obviously some other kind of a shim. And all right, so we've got some unique reballing stencils here that I don't think I'll be using anytime soon. Oh, cool, those slide back and forth too. You know what? As I learn how to use this thing and learn the way things slide, I'm probably really, really going to wind up liking this. All right, guys, I think that is, oh, wait. We got an adapter for a soldering iron. So I wanted to do this unboxing on camera because I'm really, really excited to get new stuff. I think I'm the most excited for the tweezers, and this thing though, this thing's like, this is so cool. The board holder, this is going to save my bench in the future, and I'm most likely going to wind up getting... Okay, so some of these little shims I showed you, they're made to slide down over these little posts on this board holder. Yeah, they've got these marking holes around the outsides. Those are made to slide down into little posts that are sticking up on this holder. I just noticed that because that's the way they are over here. And I guess that's going to give me cutouts and things for reballing ICs too. I'll spend some time with this and see what all I can figure out about it, but this is something that I'm most likely going to wind up using full time, as long as that I don't dig into it and just really don't like the way the heat flows. So guys, that is going to be it for this video. I do hope you all have successful repairs, and I hope the rest of your weeks go good and that everybody's happy. So I really thank you for watching. Thanks for all your likes. Thanks for subscribing, and I'm going to keep posting videos. I'll see you next time, everybody. Have a good day. That's a little too tight. So let's loosen it up a little. Well, it seems a little complex for just a board holder, but I understand it's supposed to be like a universal. Cool. And that keeps whatever part of the board you want. So if we slide it this way. Oh, I might have to spend a little more time getting things out. No, I'll figure out how to use it. Basically, the idea of this holder is to have... That holds it really, really good. And I don't think it's going to break anything either. So basically, the idea of this holder is to have the area of the board that you're reworking over the top of the heated thing. And we've got one here, and we've got one here. We've got one on either side. So there's two spots that are heated. And I don't know, I've gotten so used to using my hot air to finesse this stuff, I don't know if I'll bring in another wire to use a heated board holder. There we go. That's much better. Ah, yes. Oh, it's like sitting on a cloud.